Hello everybody, it's Friday. Happy Friday, right? I'm gonna make this video nice and short for you guys so that you don't spend too much time watching this video, my ugly face. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So we started with the top part of the igneous rocks chart, right? And we discussed how we classify certain rocks and what the names of those igneous rocks are. And then yesterday we worked on the middle part of the chart, the part where we learn which rocks have a higher density or a lower density, or which rocks are mafic in composition or felsic in composition, right? But then there's the bottom part of the chart, okay? The bottom part of the chart is, I wouldn't say tricky, but I'll say a little bit more involved, so you have to be careful how you do it, all right? So let's get into it. It's going to go over here. It's going to zoom in right there. So this is the part of the reference table, page 6, that we've been working with, right? And specifically, the bottom part here is what we're going to go over today. So I'm going to read the top part here. And it says, the scheme for igneous rocks chart shows the different characteristics used to identify each rock. However, we haven't used the bottom of the chart yet. That's this part. This part of the chart tells us what the composition of that rock is. In other words, what minerals make up that rock. Okay? So, this part here, I'm not going to read it, but I'll let you know what this says, because I want you to read it. It's saying that, take a look at what I did here. I created a line. I went straight down the middle of each rock, all the way down to the bottom with these red lines. Then notice how the lines go off to the left or go off to the right, and they have percentages there. Well, those percentages are what the composition of the rock is, what minerals are in that rock. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. Now, you read the bottom here, okay, so that you understand what's happening. But it's going right down the middle of all of these rocks, okay, right down the middle. All right, now, zoom in right here. See a little bit bigger. All right. So it says here on the left-hand side, the rocks are felsic, right, because they're on the left. And those rocks would be obsidian, pumice, vesicular, rhyolite, granite, and pegmatite. Those are the ones down here. And if we continue the line all the way down, we can see that the line touches each one of these different minerals. And those minerals are potassium feldspar, quartz, plagioclase feldspar, biotite mica, and amphibole. Okay? Now what I did was, every place it touched a brand new mineral, I would put a line. Okay? So notice the red line goes down. It touches potassium feldspar, so we start, there's already like a line there for us, right? Then it goes down to quartz, touches quartz here, I drew a line. Then it goes down, touches plagioclase feldspar, so I drew a line. Then it touches biotite, right, so I drew a line. And then it touched amphibole, right there, I drew a line. Then I marked what the percentages of each line was. Now, if something is full, it would be 100%, right? So what this is here is basically the breakdown of the percentages of each rock. Each line is worth 5%, okay? If you look here, 0, right? On the left-hand side, we have, let's see if I could change the cursor so it looks easier for you to see. Can we do that? What if I did that? Let's see. Nope. Nope. Let's see. What if I did this? Nope. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so here we are. We have each line is worth 5. So that's 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, right? 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, boom, 100. Okay, that's everything that would be in a rock. That since this line goes down the middle, and I drew the line everywhere it meets, we're going to see what the percentages of each one of those are. So here we are. We have down at the bottom from 0 to here is 10%. 10% of what? Well, 10% of, boom, amphibole, right? Because it touches amphibole right here, right? So here down is 10%. 5, 10. Then the next one will be biotite mica. It's from here to here, right? Here to here. So from here to here is another 10. 5, 10. Then plagioclase feldspar starts here, goes up to here. So that goes from here, 5, 10, 15, 20. 20%, right? I think I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. All right. Then we go from here to here. Well, that's quartz. And quartz is here, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Remember, each line is worth 5. So you count how many of those lines are in each section, each mineral. Then it touches potassium feldspar here, right? So it starts here and ends here. So potassium feldspar is 5, 10, 15, 20. 20% potassium feldspar, okay? And that's how we figure out how much of each mineral, the percentage, is in each igneous rock. Okay, remember, you draw a line straight down the middle. You count the lines that are in that particular mineral, right? You draw the line from wherever it starts and ends, okay? And then you count the lines in between, multiply by 5 because each line is worth 5, and that's your percentage for each rock, okay? Now, you might encounter some questions that say, what if you find the most felsic sample of this rock, or the most mafic sample of this rock, right? Well, remember, felsic and mafic are on different sides of the chart, right? Felsic is on the left. Mafic is on the right. But what if a question said to you, what is the most mafic sample of granite? Well, Mr. G, that doesn't make sense. Granite is on the left side. See, that's right here. Granite is right here. That's on the felsic side. What do you mean the mafic sample of granite? Well, that would mean granite where it's the most mafic sample. So that would be towards the right. So granite, if you wanted to find the most mafic sample of granite, you would draw a line down the right side of granite. Okay? What if you had a question that said, what is the most felsic sample of basalt? Right? Well, then you go to basalt, but that's on the mafic side, and it's asking you for the most felsic sample. Well, that would mean it would be the left side of basalt. So you would draw a line instead of down the middle. You would draw it according to what the question says, most felsic sample. So you go straight down this side here. Draw the line there, and then calculate your percentages. Now, you do the same thing for both sides of the chart, whether it's a mafic side or a felsic side, you do the same thing. And now I did another one over here for the mafic side. If you look, I drew a line straight down the middle, okay? And these particular igneous rocks are mafic, and these mafic samples have 5%, excuse me, amphibole. See? Got the line here, starts here, ends it down there at the bottom. It's 5%. The next sample will be of olivine, right? Olivine starts here and ends here. It's just a little bit, so it's another 5%. But then we have another sample. It starts here, ends here. Well, what is all of this? All of this is pyroxene. Okay, and pyroxene has 60%. How do we know? Let's take a look. If it starts here and ends here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60% olivine. And then the last one from here, right, the end of I'm sorry, I meant pyroxene, not olivine. And then the end of pyroxene here starts plagioclase feldspar. So it starts here and ends there. How much plagioclase feldspar is there? Well, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30. Now remember, this all has to add up to 100. Let's double check our numbers. 30 plus 60 is 90. 90 plus 5 is 95. 95 plus 5 is 100. Good. This works. Let's look at the other side. 20 plus 40 is 60. 60 plus 20 is 80. 80 plus 10 is 90. 90 plus 10 is 100. Good. So you can do that and feel like you've done it right if it all adds up to 100. Okay? And then down here at the bottom of the chapter page, I put down those percentages. Okay? All right, so now you have the whole weekend to do this assignment. Only like 13 questions. It's super, super duper easy peasy. So the next page, page 14, you got to answer these 3 questions, which asks you the percentage of each mineral in each igneous rock. And then these questions here, very similar questions, but may not be exactly numbers that they're looking for. So very, very easy. Okay? 13 questions, 1 little page of very little reading, a short little video, and you're done. You have the whole weekend to do it. Okay? Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, and we'll talk soon.